But the kicker is we always had this theory that we would never get tested at TV or pay-per-views, just on house shows because they got too much shit going on. Well, not that day. We show up and fucking on the wall drug test. So like the whole day, man. I don't know like what happened with you, Kev, but I avoided it the whole fucking day.
Me and Scott paid the guy $150 and he pissed for us.
Yeah, well, so that's what happened with me. But like, so Dave Hebner finds me, right? And he's like, "Oh, you got to do this promo." And they took the sign down off the door, and so he tricked me into walking into the drug test room. And so when I'm in there, I'm all hemming and hawing, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I can go." And he goes, "I'll piss for you for $200, dude." I don't think he was done saying it, and I had the money in my fucking hand. That guy made a lot of money that fucking day.
That's the only drug test that I didn't take during that time when we were drug tested was that one.
Me too, that one. Because they were stiff, man. Like it was hard to fucking like those tests were serious. They were trying to catch people.
I would have pissed resin that day. I mean.
So there's a lot of talk obviously about how like, Vince didn't take this very seriously, the drug test, but you guys make it sound
bullshit.
No? Shit. I remember one time that Vince, they pissed us in Philadelphia at the Spectrum, and then we had that was like an afternoon shot on Sunday, and then pissed us that night in Hershey on a double shot. They pissed us both places.
Yeah.
But the only other one was we came back from Christmas and we had TV and they pissed us. And all the top guys went in and just said, "Fuck this." I mean,
even because Mike Rotundo was in that room.
Yeah, everybody walked in and we said we collectively like a union just said,
this is bullshit.
Yeah, nobody's making any money. It's like it would take you 120 days to get a pay-per-view check.
Yep.
Like guys were basically you take a $200 draw, triple heel in a room to bring home as much cash as possible so you could pay your rent, your lease on your house or your mortgage it was.
So Vince threw it out. Vince acquiesced. Okay, I'll do it out.
Gave us one on the house.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was it. I mean, that was nobody smoked. Nobody did steroids. I mean, that wasn't even a thought. But basically what it was because everybody knows that if you're going to overdose from something, it'll probably be cannabis. But go ahead and drink as much booze and eat as much fucking pills as you possibly can because the federal government won't look down their nose at that. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like I don't remember I don't remember hardly ever having an actual script for the pills I was on, and like we could get away with it because it wasn't on the wasn't on the radar or whatever.
I used to have there was a product that was called Vanadil sulfate.
Vanadil, yeah.
Yeah, Vanadil. For a while it was like sublingual and finally it came into pill form and it was like supposed to be something that kept you lean. And I used to put my somas in that Vanadil thing. Yeah, so if anybody ever looked at my thing, I had a Vanadil sulfate, and it was like 120 Vanadil sulfate. So I'd never put more than 120 somas in there. So.
That's like 3 days worth of somas.
Yeah, you got 4.
If you're not sharing them.
But we're always sharing, so
And you're a big guy, Kev. Your tolerance level, I know, because I've seen you sit and hold a bottle of wine like I hold a bottle of beer. You've got a very high tolerance.
Yeah, unfortunately. Now it's really fucked up because I got a really high tolerance and I got a really expensive palate. So now it's like I'm drinking, if I'm not going to get even a buzz, it's like I got to drink at least 3 bottles of wine.
Holy shit.
I didn't want to say it, but I've watched you do that, and it was really. I mean, you watch all the rest of the young wrestlers; they sit around you, you hold court, and you've got these bottles. But it is like I don't want to say Andre-esque, but you're a big dude.
I don't slur my words.
No,
I'm no different. I went to my buddy Adam Rodriguez that was on Magic Mike. I bought both Magic Mikes with me. I went to his wedding in Florence, and they were in this gorgeous like 17th century farmhouse that they had weddings in, and we basically had the whole thing. And right down the road from us was this winery, and they would bring up these magnums of this really great French cab. And when we were leaving, the guy that was kind of like that ran the place, and there was, I don't know, I mean, Adam's father-in-law is Max Gale, who was, Wojciechowicz on Barney Miller.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so Max Gale's there, like, and Adam, was on CSI. So I mean, it was like who's who. Like his buddy Rory that is from what's the cat's name on Dazed and Confused?
Harrelson? No,
the dude that's he always wears the beanie.
The beanie hat. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about
his character. But my son was like so stoked when he met him. He's like, "Oh my god!" But I mean, it was like the star NFL guys, Keith Bullard. There was it's just just a great time, and you kind of woke up. There was nothing to do but kind of get a buzz on. So the guy, when we were leaving, he came over to me. He says, "Sir, can I speak to you for a minute?" I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He says, "I have never seen somebody drink from the minute they got up to 4 o'clock at night." He says, "And never one time did I see you intoxicated." He said, "I never saw you without a glass of wine in your hand. I never saw you intoxicated." I'm like thinking, like, yeah, because everybody knows you can't get intoxicated. You got to take a gimmick. I mean, that's why we take gimmicks.
It's like, what?
Yeah. It's just like, wow, let me take this, put it underneath my tongue. Ah, I'm a little bit slurry.
That's why Kev usually drove.
Yeah. I always drove. We would go out and I remember one time we stopped someplace, man, and it was like in Rochester, New York. It was snowing, and we pulled into this place, and it said on tap Killian's Red.
Oh shit!
Remember that?
Yeah.
And we went in and we drank. We drank like pitcher after pitcher. There was just the 4 of us. Paul wasn't with us yet, and we got out there, and it like. We were in the bar, and then we walked outside, and it was so cold that you kind of sobered up. But once the heat hit you back in the car, we're just like, whew, so I had to crack the window. And I had like an hour and probably 30-minute drive left. Wow. That was a rough one. Speaking of Royal Rumble.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm enjoying these stories. I get back to we'll close on 95 here, Sean. We don't really talk about your 95. We talk about how you won the tag titles. You've had a lot of tag team partners over the years, Sean.
Yeah.
Like to tag with Sparkplug Bob Holly. Was he as stiff then as everybody said he was later, or no?
I mean, when I had singles matches with Bob, like when he was just, Sparkplug Holly. And I had a few with him as Hardcore Holly, and like, I don't know. I always thought he was just, I thought he was snug, but nothing I would ever complain about.
I would never. I'd rather somebody lay it in. He wasn't going to hit you in the T-zone. He wasn't going to break your nose, but it was going to be. I like that, man. I like when somebody lays it in. It was like Hog, man. Like so it's nice when somebody. And you're a big old dude, and they hit you, and they knock you on your ass for real.
Oh, Henry Godwin.
Yeah. He clotheslined me one. I mean, he clotheslined me one time, man. He knocked the dog shit out of me. We're in the Meadowlands, and I was just like, whoa, like that's like, but that's kind of. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. If you can't dance, man, I was always a cement mixer. Yeah. When you got out of the ring with me, you're like, Jesus Christ. Glad we only had 12 minutes.
It was fine.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah, it was fun.
You could dance around me. That was fine.
The only thing that used to hurt me, but I still love to do it with you, was the sunset flip spot.
Yeah, that's a long way down.
Yeah, I would do the sunset flip on him, and he would go, oh, and then he'd grab me and fucking pull me up like that, and then throw me. And the ring was so fucking hard, man. I used to cough blood almost every night.
I said that I don't know where it was type